Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and I'm here today with a little Destiny for you guys. I'm actually going to be bringing Destiny back to this channel sporadically. Don't expect it to just start filling in every porous of the channel. I know that it does not see the biggest following here, but I'm officially closing out that other project. It was a fun little experiment. I'll have more on why I've made that decision in a later video. But today we're going to talk about my level 32 strategy, my team's level 32 strategy for the Prison of Elders boss, Valus Trau'ug. Valus Trau'ug is the Cabal boss that you will face in the level 32 Prison of Elders. This past week, of course, he's going to show up throughout the course of the time as the bosses rotate every single week. He's a boss that I did not see as being incredibly difficult. Definitely not anywhere near as challenging as Quadrant and Quadrant's Eye. However, there were a few strategies that I saw out there that personally didn't work for my fire team, and when we ran the Prison of Elders just the other night, we actually developed a completely different strategy, and I thought this was actually a strategy that really worked exceptionally well. So what you're seeing actually in the video right now, you'll notice things are a little bit scattered, but essentially, right when you walk out into this Cabal area, there is that small bit of cover to your right. That's basically where myself and one other member of my fire team were hanging out, while the third member of our fire team was going to the far left as soon as you push out behind that low wall. That low wall is actually a location that a lot of people recommend the whole fire team to stay behind throughout the course of this fight, but we found that we did actually get really overwhelmed. I'm not sure if that's just because of a recent patch to the Prison of Elders, but the plain and simple fact was we weren't able to kill enough of the adds that were appearing quickly enough. A lot of them were pushing around, and the amount of splash damage being dealt out by Valus Trau'ug, as well as by those adds, was simply overwhelming, and we were continually downed. In keeping one member of our fire team on the left side of the map, he was a very good distraction. He could pull some of the adds away, giving the two of us on the right side of the map a lot of time to pick away, clean off the adds before going in for the boss and doing maximum damage. We were able to actually take down Valus Trau'ug in about 25-30 minutes using this strategy. Probably could have went a little bit quicker if we were a little bit more organized, but this was a strategy that we kind of just ran through for the first time. I could see refining this a little bit more and how it could definitely improve. Now, of course, one of the things that you need to focus on with Valus Trau'ug is his transforming. That's the word I'm looking for. His transforming shield. He basically recalibrates his shield once you do a certain amount of damage to him after eliminating his shield. That doesn't really seem like a damage, it's basically a timer, and he'll change it to a different energy type. So you have to make sure that all of the core energies, Solar, Arc, Void, are all represented within your group so you can take down the shield. I would say that having a Gjallarhorn on your side, much like we did, is definitely beneficial. My Gjallarhorn is maxed out, ranked all the way to its maximum potential, and that's really where we did a lot of our damage. We also had one of our hunters, the one who was on the far left, he was running Icebreaker, which of course was also great for doing some damage and helping take down his shields when the energy was just right. I'd have to say that this is actually a really solid strategy for a team that isn't very well kitted with weapons. I'm the only person on the team who has a Gjallarhorn. There's a few exotics scattered here and there, but nothing really high-end for us, especially in terms of primaries and heavies. Like I said, we've got Icebreaker, and then my brother, who was staying on this side of the map with me, was running Red Death. Nothing really extremely spectacular, so if you don't have 3 Gjallarhorns to just rain death on Valus Trau'ug, this is a really solid strategy for, you know, something for basically just knowing that it's going to take you a little bit more time to drop him. I would say if you know you're not going to be able to kill him quickly, this is a good strategy, and I would just make sure that you focus on clearing adds, because once you allow the adds to become overwhelming, they will start to push into these locations. You'll probably notice there were a few times where we did get rushed, and you really have to coordinate and make sure that you drop that add as quick as possible. As a Titan, I personally was running my Ward of Dawn, my shield, and that was really beneficial to us. It saved us quite a few times, but when you consider the fact that as one Titan, running this with 2 Hunters, I feel like we did really exceptionally well. They are both pretty squishy characters, the 2 Hunters. You know, granted they are running shield regen and things of that nature, but I won't get too much into the details of that. I'd like to say that this is a strategy that works just really for any group of 3. Especially, as I said, those of you who don't really have just a group of Gjallarhorns. I would go in with heavy ammo synthesis. You're definitely going to want to have as many of those as possible, especially if you are the guy with the single Gjallarhorn or the Truth or whatever your main power weapon is going to be for doing heavy damage to Valus Trau'ug after his shield comes down. You're going to make sure that person is really kitted out, and of course, if somebody's running a secondary, That is very important to bring these down to shields. Make sure they have ammo synthesis for their special weapons. Just be prepared with the ammo synthesis is the best thing that I can say. And of course, make sure there's a huge focus on the trading of orbs to keep your specials up, because again, those are going to be game changers. Maybe if you're running a hunter, again, you can use the damage on the golden gun to help really do some serious damage when his shield is down, and of course the Titan in any sort of support role, and whatever your Warlock is running. Just keep a focus on that. But this split is really at the core of that strategy. So remember, 1 to the far left and then 2 to the right as soon as you walk out, and you can really just kind of toss things back and forth. If one side gets overwhelmed, try and pull aggro your way, and vice versa. So that's my strategy for Valus Trau'ug at level 32. Again, it's a little bit earlier. I found that level 32 Prison of Elders initially can be a little bit challenging for people. You know, just spend some time practicing with it, work out your OH strategies, and to me personally, this is the way the game's meant to be played. I'm not a huge fan of cheesing it or any of that sort of thing, so I definitely want to share my legit strategy for you guys. If you have any strategy that's really been working for you at the level 32, the lower end of the Prison Elders, feel free to share it down in the comments section below. If this strategy works out for you, if there's anything that you'd like to add that you think would help make this even more effective, let me know down in the comment section below. And of course, if you have any questions for me, throw them down there as well. I will see you in the next one.